Hello guys, in today's video, we embark on an inspirational journey as we delve into the story of Isaac, who won the prestigious Erasmus Mundus scholarship. Join us in uncovering the secret behind a successful application, the transformative experience within the program, and the profound impact it has had on both his academic and professional growth. Get ready to get motivated and inspired as we share insights that could pave the way for your own scholarship success. If today is your first time on the channel, my name is Bright Seram Agbenyo. On this channel, I talk about personal finance, personal development, and professional growth. I also share travel opportunities for young professionals who want to unleash their potentials abroad. If these are topics you are interested in, then do well to stay tuned on this channel and like this video. So welcome to the channel, Isaac.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting to share your knowledge with my viewers and also to share insights on how to apply for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship and stand a high chance of winning. But before then, can you briefly tell us a bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and tell us about your academic background?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Isaac and I'm a first year master's student at the University of Glasgow, studying education in museums and heritage.
Okay, that's nice. But your background back from Ghana, what did you study back in Ghana that gave you the chance to apply for this opportunity?
Okay, I studied political science with archaeology and heritage studies at the University of Ghana.
Oh, that's nice, interesting. So, how did you first learn about the Erasmus Mundus scholarship and what motivated you to apply for the scholarship?
Okay, I first found out about the scholarship from a Nigerian YouTuber.
Okay.
Yes, so when I found out about it, the first discussions about it seemed a little bit over the place for me. It was very confusing because of the structure of the program and the mode of application, because unlike other scholarships, this one is being organized by 2 or 3 different institutions. So I was wondering how everything works out. So I first found out about that scholarship and I searched for it online because it's quite a popular scholarship. The moment you start typing Erasmus Mundus, you'll get a lot of options to choose from. So that is what I did. And because of my background, I had to choose a course that aligns with
Right, don't worry, we'll get to that point.
my
Right.
background too.
I think we'll get to a point where we'll draw the correlation between what you studied
Yes.
at undergrad and the subject you get to choose in the scholarship.
Yeah, very important.
Could you walk us through your academic journey that led you to applying for this scholarship? Were there any significant achievements that played a vital role in winning you this award? This scholarship?
All right. Thanks for the question. And when it comes to scholarship, I know that there are a lot of myths or misconceptions out there that scholarship is for first class students. That's not true.
Okay.
And there are instances I have heard, and I know people with third class who have been able to win scholarships elsewhere. And the truth is, it is a good thing to have first class, but that shouldn't be the only thing. It is more about you as a person in whole, not just your academics. If I say in whole, okay, apart from your academics, what have you done with your life? Have you volunteered with other organizations? Have you been in any leadership roles? For my case, fine, I graduated with first class from the University of Ghana. And in terms of leadership too, at the University of Ghana, I was with the SRC. In my second year, I was the deputy PRO of the SRC. And in my final year, I was the head of the disciplinary committee for the SRC. And I was also executive in other campus organizations. So when it comes to leadership, I have it. And for volunteering, I have volunteered with a lot of organizations. There are times when the EU is organizing beach cleanups in Ghana. They usually do that on holidays, and I'm available. I just do my best to participate, because this scholarship, they look out for people who would at least give back to their society after they are done with their studies. And once they know that you've been participating in these cleanup exercises, blood donation, training people for free, once they know you already have these traits, it is easy to convince them that, okay, when we invest in this person, the person is definitely going to give back. So apart from your academics, what you have done with your life, your leadership experiences, community service in your own area, what small thing have you done? There is nothing like a small achievement. Even if you have helped two people to pass their WASI, there is a way to package that in your CV to make you stand out.
All right.
Yeah.
So if I understand you, to be able to stand out among the numerous people that are applying for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, it goes beyond your academic achievements.
It goes beyond that.
You
Yeah, for
need
sure.
to have some leadership experience,
Mhm.
and you need to volunteer as well. So if you are an undergrad watching this video right now, and you have aspirations of applying for scholarships in the future, then you should start looking at some of these things. You should volunteer on campus. You should take your academics serious. And if there is any volunteering programs organized by this big organization like UNICEF, the European Union, and even the country you are in, you should volunteer and in the future, you should be able to package this in your CV or your
Exactly.
motivation letter
Yeah.
in a way that you stand out from the crowd. Right. Are level 300 students able to apply for this scholarship?
You can still apply for the scholarship while you are doing your undergraduate studies, but ideally, it would be for level 400s to apply instead of 300s, because the program usually starts a year after application opens. So if you're in level 300 and you apply, it means in a year time when the program is expected to begin, you will be in level 400,
Okay.
which is not feasible.
Right.
So I wouldn't advise that. But for level 400s, so far as you will have your final result and certificate before the program begin, then yeah, you can go ahead.
So, what were the key steps you took during the application process? I already have a video on how the process is done. So, we'll be focused more on the peculiar things that you need to do to be able to stand out from the crowd. So, what were some of the key steps you took during your application process?
Okay, first of all, I had to visit the website, not the website of my program, but the website of Erasmus Mundus Scholarship or the Erasmus Mundus catalog. Erasmus has over 200 programs. So sometimes when you go to their website, it's kind of difficult to find the course you are looking for because of the variety of courses they have there. And the difference between Erasmus and the other scholarships or other courses is the fact that, unlike other courses where you see MSc Chemistry, MA African Studies, and the rest, Erasmus uses a different naming system.
Okay.
So for me, I was looking for something around archaeology, museums, and heritage.
Because that was what you studied at
Yes, it is
undergrad.
related to my undergrad. So on a normal day, I'll be looking for something like MA Museum Studies, MA Heritage Studies. But I went through the courses and I wasn't finding anything like MA or MSc something. So on that site, they have a place where called keyword.
Okay.
You just put in keyword. Let's say I'm going for something in museums and heritage. So I just put it there, museum.
All right.
And just like that, a course related to
Museum will pop up.
it pop up. That's
Right.
where I found the course that, okay, this is for me. So the moment I saw education in museums and heritage, I just visited the program website. Let me read and see if this is for me. Of course, I read it, and from the caliber of candidates they expect to apply to the program, my undergraduate courses were listed there. Both political science and archaeology were listed there. So then I knew that, okay, this is my thing. So if it becomes difficult for you to know a course, just type in the keyword, something like cybersecurity, forest, what, chemistry. Just type it. It might not give you the normal or the traditional MA chemistry, whatever, but it will bring you courses that are related to what you have searched for. That's the first thing you should do. After that, just read.
So, if I understand perfectly up to this point, you should not expect the traditional names you already know
Exactly.
on the course catalog.
Yes.
If you go and you are looking for something related to, say, sociology, you might not get the exact name you are used to, but the key step over here is to enter a keyword related to what you are looking for. So if I am looking for something like public health, I'll enter public health and it will give me all courses related to public health and list the qualifications or the undergrad programs you have studied that will be necessary for that course.
Yeah.
So this also means that what you studied in undergrad must be corresponding with what you are applying for.
Yes.
Else you will not stand a chance of winning
Yeah.
the scholarship. Right.
Yeah. It's true. What you studied in undergrad, it mustn't be 100% the same as the masters you want to do, but there should be some relation. Let's say you have studied political science at your undergrad and you want to do public policy. There are courses related to public policy in political science. So you qualify.
Right.
And rightly so, because I had a background in political science, I also checked something on public policy and I saw political science also listed there. If you did art history for your undergraduate, you also qualify for museum and heritage courses.
Right.
Because in museums and heritage, there are courses in art history that you qualify for. So don't expect it to be the same. Okay, I've studied sociology, so I'm looking for MA sociology. That's the only thing I qualify for. No, you will qualify for a variety of courses.
Right. So during your application process, did you at any point face any challenges? And if you faced any challenges, how did you tackle these challenges?
Yes, I faced a lot of challenges. Reason being that the course I applied to, it was just introduced as an Erasmus program just last year.
Okay.
So on record, we are the first batch for that course. So I didn't know what to expect in terms of reaching out to people who are already on the program to guide me through reviewing my motivation letter and other things. So that was challenging. And I didn't know what the panel or the selection committee would expect in an ideal candidate. Because usually the old programs, you will definitely find someone on LinkedIn who is also within that program. And it will be easy to reach out to the person. What should I do? What should I do? By my case, I didn't have that. So I just had to go back to the normal YouTubers I watch about how to write a motivation letter, those kind of things. So I just had to stick to what I know, that this is what is expected in a motivation letter. I didn't even get anyone to review it for me. But I just had to go according to what I have seen on YouTube. And that's how I overcame it. That YouTube, people underrate YouTube. But you can be in your home and learn almost everything.
Just like we are doing right now.
Since I've been in UK, I didn't understand how the buses work because it's so different from what we do in Ghana. But I just had to go on YouTube and watch, and just like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you happy to share with us some of the cultural or academic impact the program has had on you so far, as you've come here to the UK?
Yes, I must say that one characteristic of all Erasmus programs is it's about 50% theory, 50% practical. So it is not always that a lecturer will come and stand in front of you, talk, and you'll be taking notes. When the 2 hours is up, then you go out. For my course, Museums and Heritage, we had more field visits than actual lectures.
Right.
And there were some times we had to visit museums or heritage sites to have lectures there. And they were not typical lectures that a lecturer will come and stand in front of you, talk for a whole 2 hours, and when time is up, you go. No. You will have group discussions. They throw questions among you. What do you think? The lecturer doesn't pose as someone who know everything.
Right.
Even they challenge you to at least
share your ideas.
What do you think about this? It's not the fact that Dr. This has said this, so okay, let us swallow it. That is what I like because I find it easy to learn that way.
Right.
Because if I have contributed to something,
stakes.
It is there. I don't have to go back and read all the course materials. And another thing is every week there are reading materials that you need to at least read before you go to the class because the lecturer is not coming to spoon feed you. It's a discussion. If you don't read, everyone is talking, you are quiet sitting there. How are you going to contribute to it? So they make you come face to face with the things you are reading. And I remember in Ghana, there was a man I learned about called David Livingstone. He was one of the people who started propagating the word of God in Africa. And his work was mainly in Malawi and Zambia. I had the opportunity to visit his birthplace, which has become a tourist site here in Scotland.
Right. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Apart from that, I've been to a lot of places that I saw on the internet, and I've had the opportunity to go see with your eyes and even touch them. And almost all these museums we've been to in Scotland, you would at least find something from Ghana. So it is an interesting experience, very practical. You would understand what you are being taught. Yeah.
What are some of the benefits or opportunities that this scholarship or program gives you as an individual in both academics and professional or personal life?
Okay, so for the first one, we all know that once you have won a scholarship like this, there is monetary benefit.
Okay.
And I wouldn't talk about that because for me, the most important thing is networking. In my class, for instance, we are about 23 people coming from over 19 countries, people from different cultural backgrounds and experiences. This is an opportunity for you to meet, learn from each other, and create long-lasting or lifelong relationships. If I talk about relationships, I'm not talking about
Yes, you know.
the yes.
But that is also important.
Yeah, it is important. But for me, maybe if you are someone who is going to research, you will have colleagues that you can share idea from their different perspectives. And apart from that too, if you are given an Erasmus scholarship, you automatically become part of a group called EMA, Erasmus Mundus Association.
Okay.
And that one includes all people right from the first batch who have been given Erasmus scholarship. Some of these people are in higher places. Right. So you can get people to mentor you, connect with them, and have a clear plan of what you want to do with your future. So for me, it is about the networking and not even the monetary part, which is equally important.
It's important because you need that to be able to
of
arrive
course,
in your country first. I mean, the country of study.
Yes.
Before you get
you
to
need that to
network.
buy your food, pay your
Right.
accommodation. But networking, like, don't underrate it. If you hear there is any Erasmus program going on somewhere, you don't know who will be coming. Right. Just go and show your face, and something good will come out of it.
Now, let's come to the program itself. If you apply and you win the scholarship, what follows next? Is your visa paid for? Do you get your flight tickets paid for? Insurance and all those kind of things? how does it work?
Yes, so Erasmus Mundus is a fully funded scholarship. Everything is paid for, your insurance, everything. But before the program begins, or before you get to your first mobility, that's your first country, you are expected to put or make some contribution towards your own traveling to your first country.
Okay.
After which, your travel expenses, everything you spent on your visa, will definitely be paid back to you.
Okay.
Yes.
So you mean that, assuming I am in Ghana right now, I applied for Erasmus Mundus scholarships, and by the grace of God, I win. And my country of study is, say, Belgium. I need to footer all the expenses of moving from Ghana to Belgium. And then when I get to Belgium, they now reimburse me.
They reimburse you. So the reimbursement structure depends on the leader of the consortium. And if I say consortium, consortium is the universities who are come together to run your program. And they choose one as the leader who will be in charge of sending you your monthly stipend and all. So for the leader of my consortium, University of Glasgow, they give us an option that we will send you €1,000 whilst in Ghana to help you with your visa and things before you come here. Or you do everything, and when you come, we give you all your, usually they budget €3,000 for the visa and travel and other things.
Okay.
So if you don't choose that option, you will come here and they will be giving it to you in bits as part of your
monthly stipend.
monthly
So
stipend.
this clearly means that when you win the scholarship, you have a monthly stipend when you get to the country of your study.
Yes.
And they have two options for you.
Mhm.
It is either they send you about €1,000 to do your visa processes and all those things that have to do with you moving from your country to the country of your study, or you do everything by yourself, and then when you get to the country where your university is, they give you this money as part of your monthly stipend.
As part of
So
it.
if you were supposed to get like €1,000 as your monthly stipend, it will increase to, let's say, like 1,200, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned mobility. Could you throw more light on this mobility
Okay, so
thing?
mobility is unlike other scholarships. Erasmus gives you an opportunity to study in 2 or more countries or universities.
Okay.
So these universities, we call them mobilities. So your first country is your first mobility for your first semester. Your next country is your second mobility.
Okay.
So if any Erasmus person or you hear anything like mobility, it's all about moving from one school to
another.
Yeah.
So it means that you can win the scholarship, but you get to study in about 3 different countries. Let's say UK, Belgium, and say Netherlands.
Yes.
And any of these countries or universities is a mobility.
Yes.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. That's good. So the networking is going to be very wide because you get to see so many countries, so many universities.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if you are studying in 3 different universities, which of them is going to award your certificate?
Definitely one, the main certificate or the main award will come from the leader of the consortium.
Okay.
And in some cases, you have other partner universities also handing out certificate to students. So it depends on the schools or the universities you go to and their policy. But the assurance is that you are definitely getting something from your the leader of your consortium. So for me, I know that definitely I'm getting my certificate from the University of Glasgow.
Okay.
And apart from that, because I am going to Estonia, University of Tartu, I am also getting something from them. Yeah.
Okay. So you are going to study in 3 different universities?
Yes.
Okay. Glasgow,
University of Tartu, and Radboud University in Netherlands.
Okay, so you are moving from Glasgow to Estonia and then to Netherlands.
Yeah, but I
Keep
wouldn't
going.
go to Netherlands straight because
Okay.
over the summer I need to do an internship.
Okay.
Yes, that one too will be in a different country.
Right.
Yeah, so the internship will either be in Sweden, Germany, or Denmark. They are yet to confirm where.
Right.
Yeah.
You are enjoying. Yeah, rooming countries. Wow. In applying for the scholarship, what are some of the documents you need to have a successful application?
Okay, so the documents depend on one, the program you are applying to, and two, what the universities decide on. So the documents they differ from program to program, but the common ones that run through all Erasmus applications are: number one, of course, they need your transcript,
Okay.
they need your certificate, your motivation letter, reference letters, CV, and most programs would want a proof of residence.
Okay.
Yes, proof to show where you are staying and how long you have been staying there.
And how do you prove that?
Okay, you can go to a court to swear an affidavit,
Okay.
or your employer can give a letter to confirm that Mr. This has been staying here since this period, and list your address in that letter. Apart from that, if you are still a student in your final year of your undergraduate studies, your university can also provide a letter to prove that this is your residence and that this is how long you have been living there.
What advice would you give to somebody who is considering applying for Erasmus Mundus scholarship right now, despite everything we've spoken about?
Okay, the first advice I would give to the person is always start early. Usually applications open in September and they close, for most programs, they close in the end of January.
Okay.
Though in isolated cases, you will see some programs running into March. The advice I'll give is, even if you are in August or September and you know your program closes in January, don't wait and say, no, I have more time.
Okay.
Always, it takes time to write a good motivation letter. If someone has spent months editing, making mistakes, reviewing over and over, and you use 1 hour or two to write a motivation letter, which one do you think will stand out?
Definitely someone who has
Yeah,
worked on it
you
for a
need
long
to
time.
invest. If you want something, you need to invest. Someone even told me that looking for a scholarship in itself, it is job. It is a full-time job.
Yeah.
So if you don't have time and you want to do shabby work and apply, you will also get shabby responses.
Right.
Yeah.
So you will get, unfortunately, we couldn't give you.
Exactly. I've done that about 2 years ago. That's what I was doing. The moment I see this, I'll rush, write motivation letter, apply, and I always get the email. Unfortunately, we could not. Unfortunately, we
Heartbreaking.
could not. Unfortunately, heartbreaking. So a year ago, I just said to myself that, like, I have the grades, I have the leadership experience, I have the voluntary and the relevant work experience. So what is holding me back? I need to spend time, invest in writing quality essays. That is what I did, and I applied for 5 scholarships. Out of 5, I got 4.
Wow.
I
That is so impressive.
I got 4.
Guys, he's a Bila.
I got 4. So there is a difference between doing biara work and doing an actual proper work. That's the
So
difference.
if you are watching from a different country apart from Ghana, Biara means shabby work.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. That is interesting. So the point here is that if you want something, then you should be ready to invest quality time into doing the right thing to get the right. Do you have any final thoughts? Any last thing you want to share? Maybe so far your experience or anything we haven't covered and you want to share now?
Okay, the only thing I would say is I have already talked about that, but I just want to repeat it because people contact me and they still have it at the back of their minds that, oh, I have second class lower. So I have some very close friends that if you tell them, hey, like, I've seen the scholarship, I even send them links that, can't you apply? Or I even make an offer that if you need help with writing motivation letter, I will help you out. And they would just be like, oh, Isaac, this one I have second lower. So I don't think I qualify. I have seen people with my eyes who have lesser grades, but they make it. If you are still an undergraduate student who is yet to graduate, you still have time to make a better grade or a better class than where you are. Even if it's too late, you still have time to volunteer with research institutions. You can volunteer with community libraries. If community libraries are not there, even if you're a Sunday school teacher in church, there is a way to package this. I learned this on YouTube. We have some words you need to use other than Sunday school teacher.
Okay.
And I saw a video of a lady on TikTok talking about this Sunday school teacher thing and how a friend of hers wrote it in a CV that, like, if you see it, you say, oh, there's a big thing, but it's a Sunday school teacher. Don't underestimate
anything.
Yourself, your little achievements, even your thesis, your final year thesis of undergraduate. That's an example of research experience. So don't say you don't have research experience. You have. You just don't know.
So guys, it is about doing quality work, packaging your little achievements to make something unique that makes you stand out from the crowd. I was watching a video recently, and the person was talking about a job they advertised, which is video editing. And there was this young, I mean, there have been several experienced people who presented their CVs and showcased what they can do and whatever. But there was one particular guy who is not very experienced, but he was the only person who made a video of himself and attached to the CV. And immediately he was the one who was picked amidst all the experienced people. So it is just about going extra mile, just one step ahead of all the people. Like, what could you do differently to make you stand out from the crowd? Mind you, it is not only you who is applying for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. There are people from all over the world, people from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Ghana, Nigeria. I mean, you can think of all the countries. A lot of people are applying for this program. But you have something unique. You just have to have an introspection, take inventory of the things you have achieved in the past, and go to our almighty University of YouTube and learn how to package these skills, these little achievements into a CV or a motivation letter that gets you to win this scholarship. So guys, you have heard everything from a successful candidate, but you see he's mentioned a lot about this motivation letter. It means a lot of work has to go into the motivation letter. So I think I'll make time with him again. Then we'll go through the step-by-step process of crafting a good motivation letter for applying for not just Erasmus Mundus scholarships, but any other scholarships or even any other university admission you are trying to apply for. If you have found any value in this video at all, do well to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share to your friends so that you can stand out from the crowd and get awarded this scholarship. If you have any questions that we haven't addressed in this video, or you have any challenges, feel free to comment below. Isaac is always around. I'll reach out to him and he will provide you with answers if he's able, so that you'll be able to apply and achieve success in this process. We want to see everybody traveling, exploring the world, connecting with different people so that you Thank you for tuning in today, and see you in my next video.